Do 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 do. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope my audio is okay. I never really usually even listen to it very much. I probably should. Hello and welcome once again to the Sees All Livestream. And of course, there's probably a few of you that are going to be here a bit late because of the time change. Yes, stupidly, Canada changes time. We spring ahead in the spring and fall back an hour in the fall. It's also called summertime and wintertime. Stephanie Kerr, hello. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Hey, Mr. Peter Benton. Thanks a lot, brother. Let's talk about spirits and cool stuff. Honestly, we were talking about it the last stream. It was really, really interesting talking about the theory, the trap soul theory and the matrix. Very interesting. Of course, being a program, the light's a program. I get it. I was looking at it between streams. Very interesting. Christopher Rollins, hello, brother. Let's rock and roll. Hello. Welcome back, Miss Darla Lama. I always talk like a talk show host when I'm here on the live stream. It's more fun. Makes things spiffier, more fun, I find. So, what are y'all thinking about the news media getting quieter and quieter? What happened to the convoys? What in Canada and what happened to the convoy, the People's Convoy in the States? It's like you hear absolutely nothing about it, which makes me laugh. Honestly, it really does make me laugh a lot. Hey, lots of people here. Ed, thanks for coming back. My friends, Franco, Vidal, hello to you. Sylvain Manel, comment ça va? How's it going, Sylvain? Hey, Bruce, stay focused. You are over the target. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that very much. As lucky as I was to be able to get those lights on the moon, that's really something that they were hiding. And obviously, they went by so fast. It was by chance that I was able to get them, but still really cool. Hey, Carlos, thanks for coming back, you guys. Jackie Goodson, hello to you. Thanks for the thumbs up, y'all. And thanks for taking the time to, if you've seen a couple of the videos and you appreciate them and you took the time to subscribe. Wow. Thank you very much. John Black became a member. Thank you so much, man. And that's another way of supporting the channel. All of you are doing so by being here and commenting and, hit the notifications, even though they don't work all the time. It's still fun to watch the videos. Kimberly, hello to you too. Thanks for being here. John Black in the house. Gate Smasher, good evening to you, sir. Interesting theory the last time we were here. Hey, Craig. I wouldn't be surprised if, Sensi, I would not be surprised. Thanks, Sensi. I would not be surprised if that light, and I'm getting a headache. I'm going to talk about the light being a program. Oh, ouch. That's rare. I rarely get headaches. Actually, I think I said that 3 live streams in a row. So maybe it's not so rare anymore. But yeah, the light being a program. It's funny you say that because I told you guys and gals, some of you, most of you that were here or have been here for a while, heard my story about, I won't say it again, don't worry, but the story about the light that I saw inside of my house, the metallic ball. It was a golden ball sitting like on a plate. Well, there's talk about a UFO that shape too, but in reality, why am I talking about that? Is that a portal to the other side, the soul trap theory that you guys told me to look into or talk about just before we ended the stream, the first stream. It's talking about it being a program where that light, when you die and you go into the light, well, it's scary because I also believe that that's how spirits can come back on this side. Or maybe when you see an apparition in your house, it actually is part of the program or whatever, a project, which is, for some people, that still remains science fiction until you go through a spiritual encounter in your own home. I've had spiritual encounters. Like, you all know it. Even if you haven't had an encounter, I'm sure that if you see it once, if you see once real properly something going down your stairs, looking at you for 13, 15, 20 seconds, and then disappearing. You'll never, ever again stop telling people that there's something on the other side, for sure, right? It's, and some people laugh at it, and good for them because they never see it. Awesome. But then again, I don't have any regrets having seen spirits, just that, shadows running after people, and, that's not normal, and it's scary stuff. And when I saw a shadow moving opposite as to what someone was doing because there were candles in the room, I sort of thought not spirituality. I sort of thought like, witchcraft, because it was really weird that it still boggles my mind. I think I'm going to talk about it for years. I have been. I was 20 years old, about that age. But seriously, light's reflection. And if reflection can become a living object, then I caught on to something really incredible. A portal to the other side. In reality, it's just darkness and light together, right? Obviously. Like, think of it. It can't consist of tomatoes, onions. Like, I mean, what does it consist of? What's a portal consist of? The other side is where? Is there a boundary? Is there like a square limitation or a circle? Or it's probably anywhere, far away from here, but through a portal, wormholes. They say that leaving Earth and in space is all those wormholes will go everywhere. I believe that, actually. I think the entire universe consists of um, a bowl of spaghetti, just intertwined portals and black holes, and us, tiny us on Earth. Imagine how small we are in the solar system, let alone in the universe. Imagine that, eh? We really are small in the universe. Hey, Stephanie, I hope I'm not talking too loud. Let me know if the audio is okay. But yeah, that's a heck of a good one. It's funny you say that, because I was so preoccupied by a whole bunch of things I hadn't noticed, but it's actually been a while. We haven't heard about him. I don't know if you follow Alex Jones or some truth-seeking channels where they're showing some of what's not in the news because people are leaking out some stuff. Well, Fauci got in trouble for gain of function, Wuhan lab, and whatever, and the secret funding and stuff. So most likely that is ongoing, but we're not hearing it or seeing it or hearing about him. But it's funny, he used to be on television every day. Actually, it's not true. He used to be on television 10 times a day, right? Without being ridiculous at one point about COVID, and then just completely disappeared. That's like is it mayor, the New York mayor or governor? The one, Andrew Cuomo, right? Which one's Andrew? There's one at CNN, and there was him. But what happened with him is, all the sexual things that came up with what he was touching women and stuff like that. And then coincidence, but then it wasn't. Remember, it started one woman, and every 7 days there was another woman. For real, there it came up to about 9 or 11 women, something like that. He's gone, but he was an elite, definitely. So these guys get off with a whole bunch of things. But he's another one that won a Grammy award or something, right? A Grammy award or something. They gave him a Grammy award for his efforts in the COVID. Anyways, I know, and the elderly people, it's like 10, 15,000 that because of him passed away. You don't hear them talk about it for long in the news, eh? Fauci's the same. That's like at the Nuremberg trial, the first Nuremberg trial, which hopefully Nuremberg 2 is in process. It is, so they say. But the Nuremberg process and trial, real quick, those who don't know about it, after the war with what happened with the Jews and everything, what the Nazis had done, well, obviously there was a law that was passed and no experimentation on humans, etc. But long story short, who was guarding those trials outside? And thank you, Mark Felton, production channel. It was the SS, Germans. They were outside protecting, guarding the building. So I always find it funny that for like 15, 20 years, or maybe 25 years ago, when I was doing research in that, or just tobbling around on information about the Nazis, there's always a relationship to the US and Germany. So in other words, Look at Arnold Schwarzenegger, who just spoke, who said that my father was a Nazi. And what? He said his father was a Nazi. Okay, these people. Why am I saying that? Well, listen, because it was a Nazi. Think of it, and the fact that he was governor of California, it's sort of concerning. It is, but it almost makes me laugh. The fact that the Queen's actually German, and that her father loved the Scottish culture and bought an island in Ireland. Little tongue twister. Bought an island in Ireland and fell in love with the culture, the everything, the clothing and everything. So they just brought that back, and Buckingham Palace is completely Scottish or Irish, right? Scottish, I think, right? But they're not Scottish, not at all. They're German, and her father was also Nazi side. That's scary stuff there. There's lots of them. Their fathers were Nazi. But the problem is, those are the people ruling the world right now. And in the States, some are even in the States, infiltrating the States. So look at it the way you want. Even though they're American, they have backgrounds. Sylvain Manal, merci. Thanks, man. Keep up the great work, Bruce. Not a lot like you out there. Oh, thanks a lot. Truth matters. I appreciate that, Sylvain. Thanks so much, you guys. Yes, truth absolutely matters. You're absolutely right about that. Knock, knock, knock out. Who's there? They're all still in Hagerstown, the truckers. Geez, I'm happy, John, that you got even some information on it. I haven't seen anything. You know how it is, eh? Here in Ottawa, with all the crap that was going on, apparently it's still persisting, but you don't see it in the news at all. And my friends in the state, Christie, also a couple of you people mentioned that in the States, during the Ottawa protests and everything, you guys weren't able to see the protests because, of course, they're blocking out the videos to certain people. Sylvain, thanks again. Yeah, that's really sad. Alios, merci d'être ici encore une fois, mon frère. Cowboy Conscious, Community 5, thanks for being here. Missouri, Ava, Missouri, thanks a lot, you guys. Missouri in the house. How's it going, Dora? Hey, thanks for appreciating the videos, man. Interesting in buying some 8x10 pictures of the moon. It's funny you say that. If you back up 2 videos, maybe 3, I promise I'll keep putting them up, the links now, because I actually never advertise for it. I did get up at least 10, 15, maybe 20 really good pictures of the moon. High definition, 4K, I think even one in 8K on a Pictorem site that I started with very limited photos that are there. You could look at the pricing. You could buy anything from, it's a typical website on Pictorem for someone that sells his images. So you could buy 8x10 print over a couple of dollars instead of, under $10 for sure on the Pictorem site. So I'll leave the link up. My gosh, I'd have to go get the link actually. It's in one of the videos anyways on Pictorem. If not, I promise in all the next videos, and this one, I'll post it here, the Pictorem. But it is in one of my older videos. I think 2 videos back. If you look in the details, there it says Pictorem. For those that are curious, I even put up, listen, I never told anyone about it. Last week was the first time I posted it. And I even have a full frame shot of the moon base in Sinus Iridum. If someone wanted to buy it, they could buy a poster there. I actually can't even tell you how much it's worth. I'm not even sure. I have an ideal, obviously, because I put the pricing up, but I put it at a minimum as to, to get back the most possible. And it can be put on metal, it can be put on wood, it can be however you want it. You can have it on a rug, I think, or, whole bunch of things that you can do there. But that's the Pictorem channel. Why do I say that? Because I have some really nice shots of the moon. I only sold one, but I'm really happy I was for the first time this year. Yay. And it's someone from the States. Beautiful picture of the moon in high definition, 4K actually. And you can check that out. I will put the link up in this video afterwards for you. And I'll do better than that. I'll put it in the community. I already did post it in the community, though. You can even look there, but I will repost it. And you don't have to buy, but again, if you're curious, just go take a look. You never know. I have to talk to Christy about that, actually. Darla, thank you. Darren, how's it going, man? Morning, sir. Thanks a lot, Adios. Toujours apprécié, mon frère. Thanks, man. I'll be on tomorrow. Le monde ne savent pas notre changement d'heure, là, ça fuck la patente. En France, là, on a 6 heures de différence, puis là, à cause qu'on a avancé l'heure, là, on va avoir 7 heures de différence. Si je me trompe pas. Oh, thanks, Cowboy. Conscious Community 5. Oh, thanks. I'm saying thanks. I was trying to think of the picture you mean. It's exactly one of the moon bases, like without a doubt, structures. You see 90-degree angles, and you see two lines crossing over each other, going to shapes that look constructed. It's so convincing that I think that's what stumped people. I almost should have got it blurrier or less close. Maybe they would have believed me more. Again, along the Terminator line. Hey, Gate Smasher. How's it going, brother? I am Kai's in the house. Hey, Trish. How's it going? Trish is in the house. Hey, guys. Same to you, John Black. Thanks a lot, man. Hey, Spiffy Bruce. You should do radio. Hit like, guys. Yeah, I'd love to. You kidding me? I would love to. That's why when I have some good, interesting UFO videos, it happens a lot. At one point, it was happening so much here. Darla, I'm going to put everything on Darla's back. She'll testify for me. I used to get so many UFO videos, and I will again. I say used to 3-4 months ago, because now the sky, winter, and everything, and on top of the sun creating more clouds around Earth, we're going through different changes and times. But in general, it makes for a hell of a good topic. When you have good proof, I think whether you're a good broadcaster or not, it's almost easy to talk about some of the footage, because there's so much that we can assume we're seeing. Spirits, ghosts, some say it's drones, some say no, but Bruce, it's angels and demons. I get it. There's lots of theories. Some say it's depending on the cultures, of course, and religions and stuff. There's a lot of theories about those lights that are out there, but boy, it's fun talking about them. Especially, Peter, it was a dream for me when the Pentagon, the three branches of the military, both the Pentagon, DOD, the Defense Department, and all that, a national, security, I think it's, or defense, whatever. Everyone who was talking about it, I was like, yes, finally they're going to talk more about UFOs. But it's funny, you see how they're dragging it on. They're just dragging it on so long. Theblackvault.com, you guys got to keep looking there. Millions of documents and files talking about everything from, military, even Kennedy's assassination. Lots of stuff. Really cool stuff. Yeah. Hey, Simon, C5 Circle in the house. The Friday I saw was amazing, Bruce. Great energy, mate. I loved it. Thank you very much, kind sir. You guys can check out Simon's channel too, because Simon does videos also, and just recently got an infrared camera and some other equipment. He's always filming stuff, and the guy carves. I keep mentioning it every time. I should be a spokesperson, Simon. I love bragging about you, the way you do your carving. I got Kai. I like creative people. I like trying a whole bunch of things. I like music, astronomy now. I like painting. I've painted before, and I just went all out. Like, just mixed a whole bunch of mix a whole bunch of paints without knowing the names of any of them, except for maybe Lizard and Crimson. and just going with it, looking at the brushes. Okay, what the hell? That's good. Let's go. I'm going to try mountains and oceans. Let's go. I had some fun. It was pretty good. But then again, that was my opinion. Hey, Tony, thanks you guys, for being members. I appreciate it very much. Thumbs up. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Thanks again. Hey, Tony, good evening to you, my friend. Truth Seekers Unite. When the heck are we going to get our compensation? Like, when are we going to get a big revelation on the moon, which would be really cool? Well, I'll tell you what, they're not going to be able to hide things. Well, I better be careful what I say. I'm afraid they're going to put back the Artemis project, the Artemis landing, bringing back people to the moon. First time since the moon landing, they say. And they're supposed to land. Elon Musk was supposed to land in Mare Crisium to drop off some cargo. It was supposed to be in 2022. I don't know if it's in September 2022 this year that they're going to be doing that, but there's supposed to be some landings on the moon. They're supposed to set up the communication satellites that are supposed to permit the internet to be on the moon and to interact and communicate with the internet on Earth. So that should be something else. So it's other things that we're going to see flying around, but there's still a very big problem is the debris, all the debris that's around. Never sold any in my life, Doyle, but I can almost not say yes, but I just started. I had a website, I think a year ago. I put some pictures up on them, and you could have them any way you want: metal, wood, just print, or of course photography paper. It's Pictorem. I promise you to get the link up. It's on one of the last 2 or 3 videos before that I did post the link. I will go back and get the link for you. I think it's just Bruce Swartz /Pictorem. Not even sure of the link, but yeah, you can buy. I have a minimal amount, nice images in color, close up of the moon that I got, and even some shots of the base. And I said, probably not going to sell anything. I've sold one so far, but it doesn't matter. I put that out there thinking that if throughout the year you go get $300, well, $300 is $300. But if you're curious, you can go see it on Pictorem. And like I said, if you scroll back 2 videos, you'll see it. But let me check it now, actually, because now it's going to bug me. But if not, I'll post the link in the community. So just don't remember to go in the community. But hold on, I'm going to go check now. It's in one of my videos. Maybe even the last one. I'm not sure. It could be. It could be. Thanks for your patience. I'll hurry up and just double check on my channel. So yeah, I guess a lot of you are experiencing, while I'm looking for the video here, a lot of you are experiencing some nicer weather with all the changes that are coming. Spring, it feels like spring's in the air a bit more also, I guess. For us here anyways, the snow, there's still a lot of snow, but it is melting very, very fast. There we go. I have the link of Pictorem. No, not Pictorem. Pictorem. And I will share it with you guys. I'm laughing because it says rare glimpse of the lunar surface inversion, and you just see the effing base there right in the center. Oh my God. Sorry. I mean, at one point, someone's going to see it, I guess. Look around. There are a couple of pictures. And like I said, I promised to put some more up. It's just something I did as a test at the beginning. So there it is. Did I get it? I hope so. Copy. Let me see here. I'll paste that here for you guys. Yeah, that's the gallery, but that's not the link. It should be just Bruce Swartz. But anyways, that should be it. It should work. And there are images for sale there. and I promise to get more up. And they're a good, high quality image. Of course, that on those websites, they ask for only the best of quality of images. If not, when you zoom those images up, they're not good quality. So they tell you when you give them the images whether the image is good to zoom up or not. The only one images that I sold was about 2 months ago. It's a link. I guess somebody found it and went. There's about 20,000 views on it, I think, since last year, but actually no sales. But again, I was only putting up a couple of images, and anyways, blabbing on about that. Sorry about that. Yeah, you said it, Gate Smasher. We are all just energy. We are. I'll say like Jimi Hendrix. No, Bruce. Jimi Hendrix was not around. I'm thinking of Jim Carrey. We're just a bunch of tetrahedrons in the universe, fluttering around. We are energy. We're vibrational beings. We're frequencies. And some of us, that's why some of us are able to communicate more frequencies or to hear other things and to pick up on other vibes. Obviously, you don't realize that someone's like, I have intuition. Well, I believe that if there was some way to see it, and I know there is, but maybe in the future, maybe in a secret project, if someone was to control someone's mind or to read someone's mind, if you were able to get the proper optical lens to see the wave, the energy leaving one's brain to go to I know we're far, far away from that, but you must know, like me, it has to be connected. I don't know if you think like me. If someone's reading someone's mind, I don't believe that it can be done without something at that very moment actually literally connecting you to one another, whether it be an energy field, wormhole, I don't know, but that's what I think. I don't sell pictures, but my daughter's going to set something up in the future. Yeah, boy. Nice to see you again, Simon. Yeah, you said it. Everything's a theory, right, Mr. Rollins? What do you think? Science is a theory. Talk about 1915, Einstein's theory of relativity. Well, let me tell you something. That is a theory too. They're saying. I mean, I talked about this just recently this week. The first time they said that they declared that gravity existed, and again, don't forget theory again, but they did declare that gravity existed, and they said that it was a wave in a waveform, but it's not something they saw in space. This was actually done. I don't know which university, probably someplace like Oxford, whatever. In some university, they did the test in a laboratory, obviously, and they were able to conclude that gravity was an actual wavelength, a wave. So that was only in 2016. Again, even today, people are still saying that today gravity doesn't exist. It's a theory, and I really respect that a lot because I basically think that that's true. Comment ça va, Stéphanie? OK, il y en a deux, Stéphanie. Aha! Stéphanie Kerr! Merci, Stéphanie. Tu vierge? Non, contraire, encore, en tout cas. Yes, we all unite, my friend. Alain, how's it going, brother? Thank you, man. Alain Després, merci, mon frère. Thanks, man. Lindsay Shaw's in the house. Good evening. Good evening to you too, Lindsay. Hello, Darla. Do you have anything on the moon, child? Or me? Like, do you have anything on the moon, child? Or do you have anything on the moon, child? Sorry, I just no, I don't. If you're talking about me calling me child, but I don't or if you mean do I have anything on the moon child? Well, I'm the moon child. No, unfortunately, yesterday, Lindsay, with all due seriousness, I was up. I did, guys. I've been up since 6 yesterday morning, so laughing will ensue very soon, very very soon. And I may even forget what I was talking about. I didn't get the moon, unfortunately, because it was so bloody cloudy. And the moon, obviously, if not full, very soon to be full, it was very big, very bright, and even brighter than usual because, of course, it was with all the clouds around it. Waited for a clearing. It was out all night. It was an evening with not much wind either, just a lot of clouds. A lot of clouds. Peter's going to be getting the moon there and moon vid coming up with more sun video, but I did not get the moon, unfortunately. I'm all charged up. I'm all shook up. I'm all charged up and ready. And the minute the moon is out, I will definitely get it. Guess when it's coming out tonight? Obviously, I think it's midnight. Moonrise should be at midnight. I could be wrong, but I think that's what I saw. And if so, well, that means it won't be up and over the house before 3 to 4 o'clock, probably. Yesterday, it stayed up very, very long, right? It was up in the sky. And I got up in the middle of the night. Yesterday, guys, 6 a.m. I got up. At 1:30 in the morning, I decided to go to bed. And then I went upstairs. I wasn't able to sleep. 2 o'clock came. I waited till about 2:15. I got up, came back down, and I said, well, I'll just stay up. And then time flew by. Now it's the evening, and I'm not tired, actually. Feel like laughing a little bit, but not tired. I don't need anything to drink. Maybe Elias, hello. Yes, Cowboy Conscious Community 5. Yeah, here we're a good bunch. We're really a good bunch here. The trolls that are here, it happens a lot, but they don't hang around too long until without doing something because they really don't like me. So they usually speak up really quickly. They're doing a lot better these days, so I think they're sort of burnt. So, sorry. Yeah, some of them are really burnt this week, I think. They're going to try and starve us. Yeah, that's what they're talking about. You see the wheat, eh? Putin owns basically all of the wheat. Prices are going to go up. They're putting tariffs on the Russia and the Russian people, so they're going to be paying skyrocket. They can't use Apple Pay anymore. They can't even. It was a little sad. Some of them were upset because I guess they lost their Instagrams and stuff. Not very funny that the war. Let me get a refill real quick, guys. The war. And coffee, anyone? The war should be against government, right? Do you guys find it odd that nobody's saying anything and that it's not normal that when you look at the images of war, it should not be civilian buildings and houses? That's all they're showing. They're showing bombed schools and parks, and that's crazy. They should be, usually the nuclear plants, the capitals, the mayor buildings, or whatever. Government buildings are targeted and stuff in war, and they go to these fields and they battle it out. No, real quick, right from Russia, boom, 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 right into towns and stuff. So I don't know who's doing it. I don't know. That's the other thing. Sorry about that. If I leave the water in the fridge, it's going to explode. Pure vodka. No, of course not. Yeah, I don't like vodka. Actually, I don't know about you guys. I do not like vodka. Tried that a long time ago, and I said, nope, it's not for me. Shadow being come for me, Bruce. I had to fight it with all my power, mate. Kai helped me. So oh yeah, man, that experience of the shadow was a shadow that was clinging to my friend, and his shadow disappeared. He didn't disappear, that his shadow stopped moving. Our three shadows were moving because obviously, and when I say moving, it wasn't moving with the candle. It came at him, was moving his arms and everything at him, and my friend Eric kicked the candles over, and then when the candles were kicked over, well, then it got dark because he was moving the next day, and we were moving all the stuff out. So we were going to sleep there because we're going to finish moving the next day. So I promised to help him so he'd be out, and that's what happened in the middle of the night. It was the entity. He had an entity in his hallway. My friend Eric, his brother passed away in a very tragic farm accident, and I had lost my dad too. So him and I connected, whether we get along or not. Like, often we don't get along. When we're together, it's been years, but when we were together when I was younger, I'm telling you, Simon, stuff happened. The things moved, sounds, and we'd go camping, and it was just like spirits all the time when we talk about it, him and I. And then in that apartment, he flipped out. He's never ever burnt a candle to this day. He flipped out, especially it was in his house. He never looked at another candle again. I got lots of candles, but honestly, it never happened that I looked at my shadow again, and I deliberately waited to see if it moved. I'm not going to look at it. And if it moves, I'm going to leave it go where it wants. I'm going to tell it, as long as it comes back. If you want to live in my house, you got to be in by 11 o'clock. You don't bring any tramps home or anybody home. No drugs in my house. You got to stay clean. The shadow wants to take a hike, no problem. And I tend to think that if my shadow is screwing around with me, maybe that's why sometimes I tend to be invisible. Have you ever gone to a place, man, and have somebody walk by, and you're in the middle of the public, and there's a whole bunch of people around you, and no one's looking at you, like you're invisible? We had weird things happen like that with Eric and I when we were playing Ouija when we were younger. And I wasn't playing Ouija like kids. I was doing it because I was really interested in the spirit world. Obviously, I had lost my dad. And for me, the spirit world was a way to get to him when I was younger. So for me, the interest in spirituality and Ouija boards and stuff like that was always interesting to me. Never did anything silly, have like a bunch of, skulls or crosses up around I like my skulls, but I don't have them up to my Ouija boards and stuff. I'm a very serious person when it came to that. I told you guys I was going to do it and try it because I was able to play by myself. It moves. I tried it and it didn't move. So I'm not going to push it. I'll try it again a couple of weeks or something, maybe month or two. Those aren't things that you push. Maybe I needed to have a spirit around me when I was younger, and all that activity was to guide me because I had lost my dad. I really feel that there was, guardian angels and all that. I think there's some interesting theory in that. Guardian angels, I mean, we give everything terms. Maybe they're not angels, whatever they are. It's something connected to you. When you start getting into these really quirky stories about science and quantum physics and about parallel worlds, about being, another parallel you somewhere else at the same time living just in parallel worlds, the theories get really interesting. And like I said, when you see something, I saw many spiritual encounters. I can't believe I'm saying it, but it's true. I have. And it's encounters. It's phenomena also, however you want to call it, whether an encounter or phenomena. It's things that happen that defy reality. So I'm bought. I know that it actually exists. I'm not ever going to deny it. Will you sell moon pictures? Love your channel, brother. Doyle, again, thanks for asking, man. Yeah, so I posted it right up there, the Pictorem link. If ever you guys are curious, want to check it out, and I will post it also in the community later. And yeah, there's moon photos there. I'll get a lot better ones, some really nice photos and close-ups of anything and everything. And honestly, look it up. Go look at, there's the link. Go look at moon photos or videos. Even a short clip of the moon, 11 seconds, is about $150. Okay. And someone goes, oh yeah, $150. No, $150, sometimes $250 to get moon footage. That's also something I could have done, posting a 1-minute video and selling it, but I didn't want to sell it high prices. Well, what I'm going to do is I am a good photographer, so I'm going to take some. I already did anyway. Some are there, but I'm going to take some nice pictures of the moon and sell them for the minimal price. So you don't have a lot of money and you want to get a big enough picture, maybe 8x10 or maybe even a bit bigger on your wall, but a poster, put it in a glass yourself, whatever. Not everybody has money. I get it. We enter into realms, or we are recirculating until we can enter the realm. See, this is almost a part of my culture for me, my belief system of me. I hold strong to it, that belief, man. What you just said there, it touched a nerve. So I do believe that we come back several times. As a theory, I think it's very plausible that we could be coming back here several times. When I say several times, I mean could be 50 to 100 times, right? Like nobody knows the number, but I absolutely believe that. And then when something happens that you come back and that you understand something, or maybe in theory, of course, if you lived your life the right way, maybe then you can advance. And why I said that, Gate Smasher, is because of the soul. I believe the physical body, and in other words, think of it. I considered compared humans with imprisoned angels. Hear me out, because we're a soul, right? A free roaming soul, but we're not free roaming, right? We're enslaved literally here on Earth, but we are light beings, but it's inside of us, and only when we die that light is free to go, but the physical body is holding the light here. So that's an interesting theory when you think of it, because the physical body is like a prison cell. Or if you look at it as many ways as you want, you could also say it's like I said, well, I'm repeating myself, the last stream, mother's womb, a cocoon, a protective layer around the soul that protects it. But what would we have to learn? Well, if you understand pain, okay? So in other words, imagine a higher being, we'll say God, alien or not, gives you the right to have a physical body, to be on earth, and to have free will and choice, to do absolutely anything you want. And of course, you'll have to deal with what happens to you with the law that's here on earth. But in general, you could do what you want. But then you come down and you're young and you hurt yourself. So once you start hurting yourself, you start really knowing, right? I'm running through the years here, but hear me out. You start realizing you can hurt yourself. You know real fast at a young age that you can't jump down 15 steps, or you can't jump off a roof and stuff like that, right? Obviously, because you'd have pain. So what does that mean when somebody that knows that inflicts actual pain onto someone else to kill him, or to deliberately push him off the roof because he knows he's not going to make it when he falls off the roof? If honestly, that is something you know what? It might be that simple. To go up to heaven, all you have to do is come down here, not kill anyone. I highly doubt that if you lie once, you're not going to go to heaven, right? Like, I mean, because none of us are going. I'm telling you right now. But in general, I do believe we should better ourselves, right? I think any cult, religion also has mottos. Even the Freemasons, better ourselves. Make America better, make America greater again. But seriously, we should always try to make ourselves better, to better ourselves. But there are a lot of people that are not doing it, and I do believe that those are the people that are going to come back. If in some way we're being monitored all our lives, is a very scary thought, actually. You know how they say, we see in the movies and myths and fables where they're watching over us in the looking glass and stuff. Well, there's maybe a bit more, hey, Laurie, there's maybe a bit more truth to that than we think. Existence is resistance. Yep, I agree. Crimson Drums, I did not see him, Darla. because it's 8:08 and it's already 8:45. I'm always late. I guess I do have a big mouth. That's why I never get to answer everyone's comment. I can only do so much, right? Casa Nostra. Hello. Thanks for being here. Thanks, Laurie. Audio sounds good. Audio check. All right. I'm answering an hour later, but I always answer. So, like Julie Stats always says, guys, leave your questions and comments early because Bruce takes a long time to answer them back. Bruce, will you be our special guest when me and Kai, of course, do a stream so you can join? I insist on being there with you guys. I love you both. Absolutely. You can join in and tell us about your experiences. I would love that, Simon. Count me in, brother. You don't even have to give me you give me a little heads up. That's it. Hey, Bruce, tomorrow, whenever we're doing something, and yep, I'm there, man. Yep, that's where the V comes from. Yeah, count me in, Simon, definitely. Right. That life, but not as we know it. Hello, good morning. Good morning to you, my friend. Good afternoon and good evening. Yeah, evening here for me, 8:46. Praying, hoping that I'm going to be able to get the moon or infrared tonight. My gosh, I got a dry mouth. I ate olives again. Dry mouth. Very dry. All those martinis. No. I don't know. I think that's what they drink put in martinis, right? Never had a martini. Is it martini actually in the bottle called martini? No. Or is it just a drink? You got to mix stuff, vermouth or something. I don't know. Depopulation. Yeah, that's what's coming, Lori. That's what's coming. It's on the guidestones, the Georgia guidestones. There's only a certain amount of people that should be on Earth. So the elites are going to ramp it up. They were going to do it in 2030, but since the sun is going to be active and maybe even possibly in theory, an asteroid coming to Earth, Apophis 2029 is apparently not even going to touch Earth. But yet again, before that, not too long ago, I heard it was going to hit Earth. Now it's, you sort of tend to hear both of the stories. Makes me laugh when you're listening, when you're looking online for information. Even some of the credible sites, they fight with each other, sort of not fighting with themselves necessarily, but have differences in opinions. They all use the same line when they get caught. Yep. I did not have sex with that person. Yeah. I called shenanigans at Killer Hornets. They been here decades. Yeah, that too, I do believe that too, that they have already been here. But you see, the government puts scares in us. It's scare tactics. That's what they use. They really do use scare tactics, the buggers. Hey, is that Peter? Hi. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that, you guys. Thanks for generous contributions. Depopulation is a scary thing. Thanks again, Peter, Silva, and everybody. Yeah, listen, I talked to one or two neighbors about it. Actually, a restaurant owner, Jimmy, anyways. Love you, Jimmy, but I know he doesn't believe it. It's okay. I respect that. But I don't know if you're like me. As much as I respect people's opinions, I know it's true. And I'm not going to force them to believe it, but it did a little something to my heart when you tell someone about it and they just go, you feel like grabbing them by the neck, saying, "No, this is serious. Wake up. We got to wake up." But that's how it is, because the ones that are awake and see what's really going on, they're tired of all the crap. So you get someone sometimes that really doesn't see what's going on, and some people sometimes are very impatient with them. Oh, they're dumb. They don't know anything. But they're not dumb. It's just that they're respecting, following the laws. They're believing the news media. And they would not believe the news media lies that much. They would be the ones that would be the most mad, definitely, for sure. Mr. Peter Benton channel. Stephanie Kerr's channel. Arnold was weird on that interview. He really was, Simon. Arnold Schwarzenegger's interview. You guys got to check it out. Is deep in with the deep. Yeah. And listen, first of all, he valorized Russian people. Listen, no one's saying Russian people are bad. It's just that it was the timing. Okay. The Russian soldiers, okay, it's very possible they killed a lot of people. Okay. Even if it's soldiers that broke away from the troops, I don't care. They still killed a lot of people. We're seeing it. And then Arnold turns around and he says, my father was a Nazi. And when he said that, I swear to God, I almost fell off my chair on my ass when I heard him saying that. I was saying, what the hell? A Nazi? The first thing I thought of, he was governor of California. What the heck? That is scary stuff. We went to war with the Nazis, guys. And now they're running the states. That's exactly it. The Queen's won. I always said, Hail Rothschild. Yeah. Yeah. Lori, I believe that. And that's something else. Yeah. That's what you're talking about. Exactly true. It's the other war criminals in Germany were actually hidden in the States. And of course, some other areas, Argentina. I even heard China at one point. But yes, a lot of them came into Canada, definitely. They came over here. They were hidden here. Some of them were captured. I watched a lot of the videos of some of them that they brought for war crimes. And listen, we're talking 50 some years afterwards. And some of these people, well, they were all very old and they were in their high 80s, like 88, 89 years old. And these people were being brought to courts, which is ridiculous because they killed people and they got away with it. This was like a deliberate thing. So obviously the elites and the plan, everything, it's all the same agenda, right? Someone told me some very credible information, even with Putin and everyone, no matter who in the world is fighting, they're still all working with one group, all of them. There's one group ruling the world, right? You have high ranking officials and people that range from news media people to oligarchs that go to the Bilderberg meetings, which are apparently meetings that once every year or three get together, and sometimes it's every year, to talk about solutions with problems, big problems in the world, like, for example, climate change, slavery, obviously, because, anyways, that's how it is. Everything that they're doing, all those people that are giving us rules and laws not to do corrupt things, which is obviously, we agree, we don't want to do corrupt things. Well, they're the ones that are doing the corrupt things, right? And they're using the armies and defense associations and police, whatnot, that are supposed to be defending the people that are actually there to protect the government from the people so that we can't get to them. It's like that. It's not the other way around, but we're the ones paying for it. Weird. Yeah. Yeah, he's Uncle Hitler for sure. Yeah, he's Uncle Hitler. It's not a tumor. It's not Hitler. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Kai, is one that has, excuse me. Apparently, it's true. He has a tank at his house. Have you seen that? There's a YouTube video of him showing his tank that he got back when he came back from the Yugoslavian war or something. The guy is not American, which it doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with racism. It's just that if that's a son of a Nazi, my God, he has no business being a governor of California. You must agree with me. I mean, come on. That's ridiculous. It's like, yeah, but that was my father. Yeah, wait. I'm good. Yeah. And anyways, there's no danger. I mean, the guy's just like 6'9", 280 pounds. Strong dude. Well, used to be anyways. I don't know how old he is now, like 75 and hanging. Everything hanging on him. He still looks good, I guess, for his age. But that was one weird interview. Yeah, you see, wow, that's actually a good one. I actually haven't. I'm stuttering. I hadn't thought of that one. Yes, Actung Arnold. Yes, yes, Simon. I'm looking forward to that meeting, my friend. And Kai, yeah, well, that's what happened. That's exactly what I believe happened. When the Germans won the war and they took over the US, well, the smart thing to do was to say, don't worry, stay there, be in charge, be an American. So the Americans continued running things, but it was the Germans in charge of everything. So you guys are going to continue running things. We're not even going to tell your people that we're in charge, but we're going to have you by the balls and you're going to fund certain things. So it's not for nothing when you see Americans doing experimentation like, yeah, hush, hush my ass. This is horrible. The labs in Ukraine, my God, biolabs. Come on. Even though they're saying that, oh no, it's to prevent. Yeah, my ass. It doesn't matter. And there was an order, a secret order. I shouldn't be saying it here, but I know that did go through on the whistleblowers channel. They ordered to destroy the dangerous pathogens because not the Nazis. Sorry. Well, yeah. Well, anyways, the Russians were coming close. So then I started sitting back and I said, well, wait a minute. That's sort of a good thing. I do want the labs to be investigated, right? So you're happy about that. So you're looking on television and you're going, what the hell? That looks like residential buildings, probably from last year. Is that a school? Ooh, maternity hospital? That's worse than a regular hospital. It's like, come on. Apparently, they bombed even people where they were in the basement of this church or something. I mean, boom, 100 people that were coming out of the ground after that. This is crazy stuff. Are the numbers real? What they're talking about? I don't know. Hey, over 13,000 Russian troops, they say so. Can't really talk about war. It's the worst of it, eh? I always get my ads taken off every bloody a base of Germany. People are in Antarctica. That is another thing. I should bring that back up. Show that again. It's been a while. I don't think you were here, Gate Smasher, or maybe you were, but there was a while back. I made a video of in Antarctica a long time ago in the 60s. They made bases. They even brought a nuclear reactor over there, a portable nuclear reactor. And, plutonium was brought there and everything. They were literally a secret nuclear base in Antarctica. And they showed how they dug trenches, long trenches going downwards. And they built the metal walls along to hold the snow up and the trenches there. And you think of it, you look at it really far away. Boy, it looks like lots of things on the moon. It reminds me of a lot of things on the moon. They could be doing that there. But long story short, in Antarctica, I do believe that there's still a lot of bases there. And you know what? Could it be that the melting of the ice, that they're worried now because there's going to be certain things that will be exposed that are in the ice, for example, that they found there and said, perfect, it's going to be frozen forever. No one will ever see it. And now there's this thaw. I don't know if you know it. It's melting a lot. If you saw the section that recently, there's only like 2, 3, or 4 sections, I think, since the beginning of time that we see breaking off, but they're giant sections. And there's one of them, I think, I haven't checked recently, but a recent piece broke away and it's supposed to break up in 2 pieces. We were hearing about them blocking. Hey, Beth, no, yes. We were hearing about them blocking at one point. There was danger. The icebergs were dragging along the bottom of the ocean floor near some areas where there was coral and very rare species. And here the iceberg, going along, dragging and killing all the species. So you start adding all that together and you go, oh my God, okay, we're in for some trouble. It's not going to happen in one night. Like it's a long process. The end. You and I are all going to be gone before the end is even near. It's that's just what I believe. I believe, yes, we're right in it for real now, but it's going to be a process, a really long process of volcanoes and stuff. But I want to talk about the volcanoes in the. I am theirs. Hello, hello, Beth. Duel, yes. 10-4, sister. Did you enjoy yourself with your boys? No, it's tomorrow you're going there. Tomorrow night, right? I think I was wrong. ZG in the house. Hey, thanks for the comments too, my friend. Pedro, I'm here in Montreal. Hey, thanks a lot. I was fracking out when I realized you come from here. Hey, yes, Pedro, thank you. Merci. Um, I didn't reach a lot of people from Canada like for years. So yeah, this channel is from Montreal. So I'm just on the outskirts. Valleyfield, if you ever heard of qui sont les regattes, where the regattas are in Valleyfield, that's where I am. And just on the outskirts of Montreal, minutes away. And what I capture in the sky is flying over your head too. So yeah, I'm right here in Montreal. I don't have that many people from Montreal following me. Probably about a handful. The stats. Hey, Julie, how's it going? Beth is multitasking. Yes. Dual thumbs. Yay. Always better with two thumbs, eh, Kai? Like I said, I've been up since yesterday 6. Time change, full moon. That's probably the problem. I'm just like wired, ready to stay up for another evening. And of course, you know why? I'm waiting for the sky, and I tend to get really ticked off when I don't see the sky once in a while. It's been a while there. They're working with the aliens. The insignia of Nazi is an alien sign. I had heard that, and you know what? I'm going to re-show. Darla mentioned it. I'm happy she did, and I bet you not a lot of. I'm blaming Darla again. Not a lot of you probably saw or even remember. Do you remember me showing a clear Nazi sign on the surface of the moon? Inside of, yes, Mare Fecunditatis, la mairie de fécondité, Fecunditatis. I showed a Nazi symbol where somebody says there's a tower with two lines, like it looks like it's a tower lying down. It is lying down. It's not. It's definitely not a tower because you could see it bending 90-degree angle right down, perfect 90 degrees, and it goes downwards. And you look at the symbol, and it crosses over a real swastika right at the bottom, Mare Fecunditatis, facing Earth. Not even destroyed there. I'm going to put that back in the video this week. Try to get a close-up of that. You know, a lot of people say Germans went to the moon. You know, it's going to be one of the three: China, U.S., or Germany, probably most likely, that are there. And if not, well, aliens also are there. But you said it, alien insignia. The insignia, hey, Ed, they're actually normalizing illnesses in young people. It's crazy, man. That's a new thing I've noticed. Yes, and not just that, a lot of heart attacks, young people, sports people falling, having strokes, heart attacks. We have, sorry for laughing. I mean, the comedian, the woman that fell, and obviously, you know, I'm laughing at her because she was a dumbass for doing a comedy sketch and saying, "Don't worry, guys, I'm going to laugh at the people not getting their vision." Pow! She flakes out on her back. Everyone laughs and applauds. That's funny. That's funny. She wound up in the hospital, and she says she's not getting her third shot. 2 shots in her, and that's what happened to her. Happy Friday, Kimberly, to you too. Big respect for your work, Pedro. Merci, thanks a lot, man. You rock. Montreal, only the best people. Thanks for being here, man. Don't forget, come back, bro. I hope you appreciate the videos. You watch this summer, coming up to this summer, des bons videos, some good videos. I also have a French channel, bro, of Ni Quebec Astronomie. If ever you're interested and you don't understand English well, but I think you're doing pretty good. Most Montrealers understand both. But if you're really French, I also have a French channel. You click on Bruce Sees All where it says channels and click on channels and you'll see my channel there. I even have a Spanish channel. Tonight's show was really good. Bruce had a great time. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it, Simon. This is growing to be mega, mate. Keep going. Many subjects. It's great. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're going to have fun, man. We're going to talk together. As we did when you came on, man, we had a friggin' ball. But I honestly would have talked about your carving. I'm really into that, man. I need a course. I have to get some polymer clay. And obviously, you know, some of the skulls, you know what I mean? Something like this. No, not that, actually. Sorry. You could carve that in a flash. Something like that for sure, right? But it's something like that with the polymer I want to try. See if I had the first thing I'd want to try. But you did it in stone. That's crazy. Like that's like really crazy. Crazy awesome, actually. Andreas, how's it going? I'm doing well, man. Thanks, bro. Thank you very much for being here, you guys. Scroll down, scrolling down. Just like the queen of the Nile back in the days of old. You know, this is what I'm afraid of, that everything's going to come back. It's like we're reversing to the past, or everything's going backwards, right? Crimson Drums is here. Thanks a lot, man, for being here. Metatron's cube opened a door. Wait for me, Beth. When I drew my love, try drawing it. Will send you into a special place. Josh, how's it going, man? I'm at work, so can't stick around, but we'll definitely be listening tonight after work. Josh, thanks so much, man. I love you guys. Thanks for connecting, eh? Yeah, more and more new people. I think it's really, really cool. Stay tuned for a shitload, excuse the expression, obviously, of UFOs. It's just a matter of time, guys. Sometimes there's breaks in the sky, but that's how it is. Keep it real. And I wanted to add that. It's true. I can go 3-4 months without getting UFOs, which so be it. But it hasn't been that long. It's actually a good relaxing break, because at one point people thought I was faking them because they're saying you get UFOs every day. Remember that one, Darla? I'm gonna blame Darla again. UFOs every day for like 2 months, and then I think there was 1 or 3 days I didn't get any UFOs, and the troll came on and, what's the matter not getting UFOs anymore? I said, hell no. Don't want to see them every bloody day. Like, we don't know what those bloody lights are. And then they just started talking about the UFO report. So it's very, very scary that the government, they have no reason whatsoever to admit to us that they don't know what those lights are. But of course, it's always a game. It's always something they could be doing. You know, China's always watching. Russia's always watching. So they're always doing something deliberately, most often. You're really my mentor, Bruce. Love you, man. Thank you so much, brother. Hey, Simon, that means a lot, bro. I'm telling you. Well, you sent me a lot of energy in that image, man, which I love it, the image. Skinny Bob is one of my favorite characters. There's lots of them, favorite characters. Him, he's Roswell size. I got the exact size of the Roswell supposed alien that they got for inspiration, but it's just all things that are inspiring. I'm biting my lips like back in school. Dry. Yeah, the olives, my God. Was that bad? I didn't think it that dry. I only had like a handful, like 50. Olives. You can't have only 5-10 olives. Are you kidding me? Love olives. Going to make contact tonight. I will give you a shout out, Bruce, to the star people. They may just say, yeah, we know them. They may just say that. That's where we're from, bro. You know, I do believe they're protecting us. The ones that are coming down to Earth are good people. They're advanced races, and if they're of God, if they're of the creation of our creation at the same time, pretty spectacular when you think of it. But I do believe that there's some positivity if there was to be an alien being. And the scary thing, man, is that those lights that come out of the sky, and that on the very rare occasion that only once I had it be able to come right down to me, um, you know how they say that some UFOs are driven by people's conscience. There's a Canadian ufologist that spoke about that recently, but it's true. I do believe in some part it could be driven by the conscience, but look at it in a different way. Look at the light as the light itself being a being. So a lot of you actually have come here and said, Bruce, they're light beings. I like that one. That's a theory that I like. Yeah, he's not only at 200 subs, is he? Must be more than that. You guys check out Simon's channel. If you don't know who Simon is, Simon, come back on during a live stream, man. Takes 2 seconds. I put up the link to, brother. You can do the same thing, my friend. Next stream there, I'll get you on that one. Show me some cool carving shit and stuff, man. It drives me nuts. Yes, didn't they launch the Artemis rocket very recently? I'm not sure if I missed it or not. They did do a burn test or something to do a testing about it, or I think you're right. They had to do a first launch test. I'm not sure if they actually launched something actually yet. Maybe you could be right, but they're supposed to launch people. I know for a fact they are talking about wanting to advance certain launches sooner. I hope it's the 2024 one. But there are some projects that were defunded, not the Artemis project, but some projects were defunded. And there were some setbacks in space. It's sort of like the stock market. You see it going up and down for the launches. So are they going to last and keep their word to go up to the moon on 2024? I would highly doubt it. The sun is going to be at its worst in 2024. Okay. In 2025 actually, but leading up to 2025 it's going to be bad. And what do I mean by bad? Well, we will most likely have experienced the grid going out, and if not, well, they're going to turn it off obviously and say, oh look, well, CME hit Earth, and yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Trilambda Delta in the house. Thank you very much for being here. David Adair, 9-child rocket genius, is also planning on revisiting the moon. See, hey, Trilambda Delta, thanks a lot, you guys. I'll tell you what, it's very interesting that now people, independent associations, space associations, are going to be able to participate in trying to compete. Actually, there's an actual competition in building objects that will transport cargo to the moon, and there's going to be stationary platform bases between Earth and the moon that will have robots there. Also, cargo landing controlled from the bases here on Earth, sending them out to bring fuel, cargo, whatever, and to drop them off on locations between the moon and Earth. I can't wait to see that. Definitely going to be able to. I'm inspired because we're going to be able to see more stuff. I believe more secrets. There's only so much they can hide, right? Like if they're going to do actual flying around with UFOs and have bases on the moon, they're not going to be able to hide that. No friggin' way in hell they're going to be able to hide it. Well, I don't know. They were able to hide the people that are there. A lot of people still don't even believe there's anyone there. Dying birds made a nest in my vent. Oh no, in my house. Oh, you hear them chirping? Oh crap, no. The screen must have fallen out. Oh, damn it. Poison them out, Beth. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, but what I would do is I would play some really annoying music in the hole, maybe bug them, wake them up at night, wait till they sleep and start chirping, Beth. Get the hell out of there. Yeah, that's very annoying when you have birds. Wow. When they get big, they'll start coming in through the kitchen. Thank you very much, Deb. Paul C.G. Burrows. Well, Bruce. Yeah, man, we're living in interesting times, Paul. Thanks for being here, man. It's like nothing happened. Hey, thank you very much, Laurie. Nothing happened, Paul, like all my life. Like there was never anything happened. We saw what the Gulf War. That's what happened. It was a lot, but that's like ISIS terrorists, a bit stuff. And now it's everything or nothing. We got, it started with Epstein and then murders and then this and that and the king and the Rothschilds dying and now the COVID and the pandemics. And now the thing is that the elites are really starting to see, not the elites, people are really starting to see that there is a real cabal running, the things. And it's very scary for some people to realize that that's so. I believe that all the pandemics, even back to the bubonic plague and even the Black Plague, all the plagues that we've seen in the past, it was all around war times. And I'm pretty sure even the crash, the depression and all that was a deliberate depopulation attempt like we're seeing now. So look at it the way you want. Thousands of deaths every time there's wars like this really depopulates a planet. It doesn't depopulate it enough. So, in a sort of, I guess you can say, sort of civilized way, it's not very civilized. I guess they decided to slow kill us, meaning, through vitamins and through basically they're lying with data too now. All the data that's coming in, everything's being lied. Everyone's being lied to. It's just absolutely horrible. I'm hoping the truth is going to come out now about more things. Nuremberg too. It's not something that somebody made up. It's something that's in progress right now. But what I believe is that everything is hush hush because of proceedings in court, and nobody's talking about names or numbers or things that happened because there's still a lot of investigations that are opened up on assholes like Fauci, excuse my expression. There's a lot of bad people in this world, that are running the show. So in other words, all us good people, both in Canada and the US, and hey, I shouldn't say that. There's so many other countries here, UK, France, anyways, England, UK, I said, UK, all the countries have good people in it. It's the ones running it that are the bad people. But how come it's the civilians that get hurt? How come they bio attack civilians? I never understood that. They're mad at Putin. Why don't you effing blow up the god darn Kremlin instead of attacking bloody people in Ukraine? It's so stupid. A war should be that. Russia should be aiming Ukraine, one area, both people in front of a field, like D-Day. That's a war, right? But that's not what we're seeing. It's weird. Doesn't make any sense seeing civilians. Nobody's saying anything. You're sitting there. Oh, you see the war? Yeah, there's a lot of bombing. Yeah, but it's all houses. It doesn't make any sense. Where are the government buildings that are being bombed? The labs. There's bio labs. Why didn't they show them? That's what pisses me off. How could they not show that? They weren't afraid of showing them bombing civilians, but they're not going to show us the labs. Okay. What if it looks like those buildings I posted in the community, like on the moon? Go see in the community those who haven't seen yet. I'll chirp at the birds. Thanks again for the Great conversation. Appreciate you and all here. We love you, Beth. Thank you so much for the generous contributions and the help, support, the comments, the thumbs up, and the love that you guys and gals give to the channel. It's greatly appreciated. Honestly, greatly appreciated. Kai is going to be zooking up the truck. The Sabe are afraid of the beings landing and taking them. The Sabi, the Sabi, or the Sabe. Well, I'll tell you what. You'd have to think the aliens would be very afraid of humans, right? Like they wouldn't trust us very much. They'd be like, we're a bunch of savages, right? And here I'm trying to get one to take me to land and come take me. Oh boy, I'd probably regret that. I don't know, eh? Yeah, Simon, thanks. Janet Airlines in the house. Julie says, Bruce, I will be selling my astrophotography. Oh no, okay. I'm a dumbass, Julie. I was like, oh, Julie, oh, guys, Julie's selling pictures. Thanks for talking about it. No, I insist on all of you going. It's just a fun website. And it's cool. You don't have to buy. You don't buy nothing. Just look at it. It'll give me some views there. Maybe get some more people to go buy something one day, right? I had a merch store here. I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to be, but I guess again I'm going to blame Darla. Darla saw it. I think my merch store was still up. Bruce Sees All merchandise. I took it down because like this is almost 2 years ago. I had about $400, $380 or something in it after a couple of years, and I said I'll take it down because I got hacked. Like literally, I called them and said, I not called them, I emailed them. What is it called? Teespring for YouTube. And I said, what's up? I said, I can't even get to my page anymore. So she writes me, what's the password? Well, I said, well, that's the password. She goes, that's not the password. Well, I said, well, somebody changed the password then, dumbass, because I said, that is the password. And she goes, that's not the password. So I never went back. So I said to myself, if it accumulates at one point, So long story short, maybe you guys can see something at the merch store, but I don't have any moon images there. I don't think. Maybe one or two, maybe. But at Pictorem, that one right there, I do have a couple of very, very nice close-up, colorful images of the surface with the exposure adjusted well and everything. And I had started that a while back because I was taking a lot of nature pictures, and I put some nature pictures there for whatever the reason. A lot of people like the nature pictures, but no, I have one person in the States that bought an image. I laughed. I laughed because it's only an image, but the person bought an image 7 feet by 3 feet or something like that. So I was really happy. So because you know why I'm happy? Because that person is going to have an image on his wall. And it's sort of cool to have an image, Bruce Schwartz on the wall. I didn't even sign any of them, just nice, straight up, nice big image. Thank you very much, Julie, for sharing that. Oh, so Simon's only a couple away from 200 subs. Well, if you guys are interested in this channel, like I said, I never tell people to subscribe unless you're interested. I'm pretty sure you'll like some of his videos. Go check him out and give him a subs if ever you guys want to encourage him. Carol, how's it going? Carol Lewis, Southwest Missouri. Thanks for coming back, you guys. Hey there, Christy. Listening out, moving sheepies. Bah! Always working hard. Give me a second. He does a refill, I guess. We're going through that coffee. Like there's no tomorrow. Chrissy, I'm going to make one of those sheep lie down and not going to move. It'll be me sending you energy. Unless you get mad at the sheep. John Black Bruce, you need to check out Salty Cracker on Rumble. Salty Cracker. I took it down, brother. Hello, GP. Thank you very much. Sylvain, thanks again, man. Are you on Telegram, Bruce? No, man. I don't have. I used to have Facebook and Twitter. I had problems with both of them, man. So I'm not on Telegram. I've never tried a Telegram. I don't know if that's the one that you need to have the phone. But no, I'm basically pretty much only here now. No more Facebook or Twitter. Had so many problems with them on Facebook. Well, basically, I couldn't talk about anything. Thanks again, Julie, for sharing that. I appreciate that. William Shuttles in the house. I'm an hour late. I'm sorry, you guys. Crack the moon wide open tonight, Bruce. I like your thoughts. Prisoners on the moon. Hey, thanks, man. Listen, I was into it, thinking about it all night, saying, hello, Kenyan. Aloha. Bienvenidos. Bienvenido a mi canal de investigación. Muchas gracias. Yeah, I was thinking, William, seeing the structures like that and the lines, it could be that there's centers there. It doesn't have to be on a negative note, but on a negative note, in theory, that was really scary stuff. Really scary stuff when you think it could be laboratories, could be prisons, holding cells. And another thing that somebody asked me, Bruce, have you ever seen any? Hey, Christy Kai says hi. And have you, Bruce, have you ever seen anything that looks like places where they're holding animals on the moon? I said, yes. If you look at those structures, it still could be big barn-like areas. It could have anything like cows, bisons. It could have bloody Jurassic Park. You know what I mean? With all those lines where the animals can, one, go and feed themselves, come back, go and sleep, go in a cycle. Maybe a cycle where they keep going in circles. They clean themselves, they go back, they sleep on the other side, they eat, they go back, auto cleaning. Maybe some humans up there just maintaining, or maybe the maintenance is done by cameras and robots. Think of it, all the tests and secret projects that could be doing on the moon. It's so interesting. I believe, guys, the moon, there's a lot more going on there right now than there is on Mars related to Earth, is what I believe. Haima Shed has said, Haima Shed from Jerusalem, right? I never get it right. Israel. Well, from Israel, right? Same place. So Israel says, hey, the Americans have hybrid astronauts, but they're not human. They're hybrid, half alien or human or whatever, that are inside of Mars and that are working for the States. Oh, darn it. Give me a second, guys. So Haima Shed says and confirms the Americans have extraterrestrials working for them, and they're even American astronauts. But then we have Paul Hellyer, who passed away very recently, at the end of 2021, unfortunately. Is it 2022? No, 2021. He passes away. I didn't get a chance to talk to him, unfortunately, but he says aliens exist, and these are both chief of defense, in charge of the defense at that time. You know, two old guys, both in their 80s, about 80, 85 years old when they talk about this. Why is every country talking about the Galactic Federation all of a sudden? Because it really exists, right? And there's certain treaties that just ended, the 100-year treaties with the Rothschilds and everything. In other words, the war and right after the war, everything that was signed, probably even before the war, 1900s, definitely Depression time, about the treaties were signed. So look at it the way you want. 1920, 21, when the Depression, or 28, 21, I think. Anyways, in the 20s, look where we're at now, 2021, 22. So 2022, the treaty's done. The Queen pulls out, doesn't talk about anything, all this shit going on in Ukraine. Didn't hear a word about what the Queen said about that. Her husband passes away. Harry disowns them and calls them Nazis, by the way. Did you hear that one? That was a good one. Boy, that was a good one. He even admitted it. That's the worst. I'll be looking to see if the moon comes up. But again, I think the moonrise tonight is at 12 o'clock. So that means I'll probably be up again, I guess, a second night. Is that possible? Second night? I'll sleep like a baby. I don't really get a lot of sleep. I'm a person that sleeps from 4 to 6 hours all the time, whether I'm up all night or not. It's 4 to 6 hours. The screen time during the week, I have a screen time tab that comes up now and warns me of my screen time. And so my screen time was pretty high. The highest screen time I've had in a week is 86 hours. Way too much. I brought that down to about 70 hours. So, of course, there is a time, like when I'm outside, I said, well, when I'm outside, I turn the computer off. So that means that's really only the time I'm in front of the bloody screen, right? So now I'm 2.5 feet from the screen. You know, at one point I was a foot from the screen. When I'm looking at the surface and I got the lens and I'm looking at the surface with the lens, well, of course, I get a lot of screen time in. Kenyon, how's it going? Thanks again. Lena Franklin in the house. Nice to see you, Lena. Thank you very much for being here. Symbiotic energy. I'm starting to hear about that. Did you hear about they have communication blockers also? Areas where there's communication devices being used, like telephones or anything, they can be scrambled and also hidden from the outside also. So I could only imagine the setup they would have on the moon to hide all communications and anything or everything going out from the moon, you know. Definitely, there's definitely a way with some old school 1970s equipment for sure that we would be able to listen to the moon. Yeah, it's true, eh? There's lots of equipment we can buy to listen to the surface of the moon. I'm pretty sure we could. I'd have to look into that. I'm gonna sneeze again. Just atoms, yes. It's probably what I'm seeing flying around, big atoms. I'm happy you're feeling better, Kai. I didn't know you're feeling bad, man. Bruce, I'm going to send you a small marble skull this year. Man, are you serious? Bro, I'll hold that on my possession. Doesn't have to be big, dude. Look. This is from a friend. It's Christy. Sent me this. It's not very big, but I bring it around my pocket. It gives me a lot of energy. It has a lot of energy, that object, wherever the hell it's from. You're made for all your praise and help. Hey, you rock, man. Thank you, my friend. I have to make contact tonight. Send your energy. Hey, get ready. I'm going to send you so much energy. You might have to smoke a 420. Calm your ass down, because when I go outside and I start seeing them around and I start filming them, boy, man, I get hyped. I do. I get really, really hyped. The energy inside is incredible. You saw the couple of videos. I'm up to about 15, 20 videos. I did the experience of, yes, talking to this guy, making a video saying, I'm going to go outside for real. I'm going to actually, hey, buddy, talking to, like I was talking to a cat. No, not that way, but for real, opening up to the sky for real without holding back. Like if you talk to the sky and you say, and I'm not going to talk too loud, I don't want people to hear me because this sounds crazy. Well, you're not going to hear anyone. But if you really reach out to the sky, you don't have to talk. You just look at the sky, and obviously they'll read your mind right away. There we go. The eye must be close to 10, right? Yeah. So yeah, they'll read your mind. They'll read your mind. I repeat myself. Is what I believe. I believe the lights in the sky, there's something that connects the conscience, or they're just connected through your energy. Like that object, that light is attracted to any freaking thing that has friction or energy, right? For some reason. Capson, Manson, atoms in space. Yes. That's all. That's all it is, they say. Frequency is affected by the sun. Yes. And so is the Earth's atmosphere, the chemistry, magnetosphere is affected. And that's why I believe that it's fluctuating everything and causing earthquakes in a part that has to do a lot with that. I take into consideration the climate change and everything. Yeah, of course. Eagle's name? Actually, it's funny you say that. I don't have a name for the eagle. I'd have to find one. I did not name the eagle yet. What could I name my eagle? Call him Ace. My alien, I want to call him Tony now so bad, but inside joke. Going to make a cup of tea and grab some chocolate, you bugger. You know what? Fat people just think of chocolate and they gain weight. Thin people can choke on chocolate because they're eating so much chocolate they won't gain any weight. Depends on how your metabolism, I guess, on how your metabolism is. Am I going to play my eye all night? Come on, Bruce. Get it back and focus there. And I should be okay. This is what I do all night, just playing it. And I feel a pressure in it. And it gets to the point where it's like there's something in my eye. All right, give me a friggin' second, guys. Sorry about that. Stream will be almost over. What do you want to do? What do you want a guy to do? What do you want a guy to do? Do. Yeah, Baldy's a good one, actually. Yeah, Baldy, I like that. Baldy. Hey, Baldy. But he's hairy as hell, though. He's got a lot of hair. Kazoo's bald. Do you have to set up an account separate from YouTube? That you must be wondering for with the other site. Yeah, often that's what has to happen, but most of the times it's just re-entering no matter what platform you're on. Chocolate covered bacon. Yeah, I said it the other day. So I'd definitely try it. No matter what bacon. If bacon fall in the garbage, dude, I'm gonna bring it, blow on it and try to take it out. I'm not gonna throw it anyway. It's the only thing I'll pick up off the floor, not throw away. Yeah, Justin Jeffrey Kramer. Yeah, man. Wow, an hour later. I'm sorry, you guys. Yeah, lots of activity here at the house. And at one point, when I told you guys, love you more, Simon. When I told you guys that we were going to do some experimentation and start filming inside of my house with the infrared camera and everything, activity started. You know, guys, I have a video up where I was downstairs, the lights were flickering on and off, and I said upstairs, I said, if there's a ghost in the house, I said, let the fire alarm upstairs go off. I don't know if you know it, but a fire alarm going off in the middle of the afternoon when there's no smoke in the house and there's windows open that I showed in the video, the alarm goes off. So I'd go upstairs, I take the alarm off, and then the alarm downstairs would go off. So you know that either there's a real fire in the house and I'm dying of carbon monoxide or something, not realizing it, and I'm a dumb ass. I don't think so. It's coincidence like that happen. The garbage heavy garbage moving on my on the cupboard handle there. That was freaky as hell. I'd ask it to move and the garbage would move. So it's not that I was choosing those stupid things, but yeah, a lot of activity happens here. Well, the man that lived here before me, and listen, I tried to make peace with him. He passed away upstairs in the room where I sleep. So I was told that maybe 2 or 3 years after I moved in. And I love the neighbors, so it's the neighbors next door. That the father lived upstairs and passed away. It's just that it's funny because when you buy a house, there's always a mention when somebody passes away in the house, and there was no mention of him having passed away in the house. So then I was sitting there wondering, well, I wonder if he was a good guy, right? So I started trying to communicate and talk with him. Not like, is somebody here? No, just feelings one day, and I tend to think that he did not want me to be here. And I'll tell you what, and you're probably going to agree with me. The guy built this house, everything here, the gardens and back and everything. There's none now, but in the time, tiny yard, but with just a whole garden. He used to have prize roses, used to compete with in competitions and grow roses. So, and I like roses too. It's funny. It's one of my favorite flowers. I love growing them. I love rose trees. Anything that's floral is nice. So, he was a person that was passionate, a farmer also, if I'm not mistaken. And he passed away. It's not like it was a situation where the man passed away and was there left alone for days. He passed away during the morning or the night, and the next day the family found him. The wife was there and everything. So didn't wake up one afternoon and he was still upstairs. So I sleep in there, and because the room is not very big, well, obviously I have to put my effing bed the same area where his bed was. So sometimes I turn my head the other way, and I said, I hope his feet were this way, and I'm not necessarily lying right inside of him when he's there or waking up. If a part of him there is left, But I have felt strong presence here. When my father died, also there was a tragic accident. So when that happened, there was a lot of electricity around me, and portals and things happened to me when I was young, seeing shadows in my room that I didn't want to see, blocking my eyes. Remember banging like an SOB on the wall, on the other wall, even though it was opposite the wall where my mother's room was next door, telling her, Mom, come the fuck in my room. Sorry, come the hell in my room because something's going on. There's people in the room, and I couldn't get up. I was stuck, guys. It was, how can I say it? I can't say it's like somebody's holding you down because there was no pressure. There was no physical feeling of someone holding me, but it was like my brain wasn't able to get my legs to go like that to get out of the bed, you know? And that is just one situation that happened. Had some very, very spiritual encounters, and I count myself lucky, but I definitely count myself lucky. Michelle Matthews, how's it going? Uh, Hello, all of you that make me smile while we are being here. I feel you are my family. We definitely are. We're a good family here, Michelle. And you guys come back, and I love you all for coming back. Now, you guys are my family, first of all. I'm here. I'm living alone at home now, and I do my work. And hey, look at it the way you want. I've been doing Lent for 6 years. In 6 years, it hasn't been many times that I've been out on dates. I'll tell you that, guys. In 6 years, I've been doing this full time. Never taken any vacations either. Haven't taken any time off, not one day, not 2 days to go camping or anything. Why? Because I love doing this. And if I go camping, well, what do you think I'm going to do? If I go camping, it'll be only to bring cameras and film what's there in the sky. But no. Tea and chocolate. Oh my gosh, I would love some too. No, stay away from the chocolate there, Christy. Yeah, chocolate and coffee. Sounds good, eh? With a squirt of honey. I would put a bit of coffee in a glass of honey. It's what I would do. I heard that Simon has a video where apparently a UFO flashback. It's Darla that told me that. I will definitely be by and see it. You guys can check it out too. Good for you, Simon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let me scroll down to the bottom. Always curious as magnets deleted chronic back pain and back D said, or doctor said, wasn't healable, is perfectly healed. No ideal, but magnets work. Ah, listen, it has to work, definitely. Just by the blood flow, I mean, with the iron in the blood. I believe there's something to the magnets for sure. And who knows what the effect of large magnets are on someone, you know? I'm already an hour late on you guys. I'm always complaining. Darla's like, he says the same effing thing all the time. Iron globes can be farmed by strong enough magnet. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Automated worlds. I always said, what if when the pandemic hit, they left Earth because Earth is going to end in 2023 and they left us automated. So, you know, the cops and everything and all the people that are really robots just left over, you know, people. We're only a few real humans here left. I keep tend to having these morbid theories that imagine all the birds were just died off in a matter of a year, and all the birds that we see now are just, you know, little drones going by, you know. Oh, Christ, I'm sure I saw that bird with a light up its ass. What do you think of it? Yeah, I told you guys I've been up since yesterday. Yeah, Lena, definitely hard to sleep during full moons. Vodka does not agree with me, but tequila. That's it. Vodka and tequila. Lakeside, Laura, thanks. Both of them don't agree with me. Sunshine and whiskey is my thing. A little bit of whiskey in coffee, which that would have sounded good actually, but I don't have any. Yeah, a little Irish coffee. You know, hey, St. Patrick's Day yesterday. Damn, I should have thought of it. I like the taste. It's not for the buzz. I like the taste, right? Yeah, right. People say that. I drink alcohol, but it's really just for the taste of it. Just for the taste of it. Diet Coke. My channel is epic. I have a 30-second long video accidentally uploaded of my son climbing a baby rock wall. That's funny. I have to check out your channel. Two lots, you guys. Hey, Rose. That would be one hex of a swig of vodka. Yes. I'm joking. My channel was accidentally made. Yes. Yeah, I remember you saying that or something, or I don't know if it was you that said, oh, I didn't even know I had another channel. I've been drinking tonic water for a while now. Yeah, I do too sometimes. I like tonic water. Without alcohol there? Yeah, just a tonic water because it is something that's drunk with alcohol, but I love it actually. Bitter taste too, eh? Beth, I will make it to yours. I just plain ran out of time. Or in evening, says Christy. Hey, Christy. Let me roll down because I'm missing everything the people are saying. Celestial Magnetic, thanks for being here. That's 8:57. Oh, damn, I'm really late. George Klaus is here. How's it going, brother? The boss said bedtime. Boss said bedtime. It's getting there. I haven't even slept yet. George Klaus. A lot of people don't know who George Klaus is, but the popular George Klaus. Maybe you're the popular George Klaus. George Klaus is a name that comes up in space often. Bob Lazar, if I'm not mistaken, around that time frame of period of time frame or time frame. I'm tired. True Cyborg in the house. Espen Benesh, thank you. Norway. Thank you very much, Norway. Hope you guys are well down there. 5-year-old kids have great attacks. It's normal. Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, it's a normal thing. Evolution now. The kid's 5 years old. It's only normal that once you're 5 years old, you're old enough to suffer a stroke. Eh? Unreal. Gotta laugh to keep from crying. Good. That's true. That's the story of my life, Kai. Gotta laugh to keep from crying. Story of my life. Hey, sorry about that, Nat. Nat Hippo, really sorry about that. A lot of good people. I didn't know Shane Warne, but a lot of good people, popular people too. Also, some actors. A lot of actors really bit the dust this year. Very sad. Quite a few of them, actually. Even though they discovered aliens, the high-ranked religious people will stop you if they did expose it. Yes, I believe that. There's no way in hell that something will come out. Yes, I was lucky enough to get my channel up, but if I was someone that actually was able, well, listen, I'll be honest, this is what happened. Once I did the radio here in the Quebec FM radio station, a real radio station with over 150,000 listeners listening to me talk about my channel. Didn't get anybody from the channel, guys. The views on my French channel completely stopped. I make $89 to $105 a month with my French channel, including the member side. And I'm not kidding about that. I wasn't making $1 million, but it was fun to get to the end of the month and maybe have $300 or $400 on the French channel. And that was just to say it was helping me with Bruce Sees All, because I have so many hard times getting views on Bruce Sees All. I want to thank you for viewing the last video before the live streams, which got up to, it's not much. It's 5,000 views, but it's still better than the 1,500 or 2,000 views. That's the overall general number that I get here on the videos, 2,000-ish is what it gets to after 2 or 3 days. So hoping they'll start going higher and I'll get more people interested. Versus something up with the cycle of the moon, full now 3 days ago, 3/4 grand. Yes, it's a long phase this month. It's going to be full. I think it's 3, 4, 5 days this month. There is something about it. Granted, I may be wrong. No, you're absolutely right. I'm not tracking time well these days. Hey, careful for that, Meta. Same here, man. I have family members too. Lots of us are encountered a time of a problem with my memory, guys. Forgetfulness, headaches, problems. Bruce Willis underwent dementia-like symptoms, but they said it was like amnesia. He forgot certain parts of his life all of a sudden, but yet it's not Alzheimer's. Definitely something in the air that happened, I believe. I know it sounds crazy and we may never have any proof, but I've really always felt that there was something not right in the air. And when I mean in the air of the night, definitely in 2020, something happened. People were sick. And you know what? I don't care what anybody says. Hey, Juan Lopez. Hey, thanks, guys. If the animals died off and started dying off, it's because something was sprayed. That's what I say. In theory, it's plausible. It's possible that something could have been sprayed. I believe. Justin Jeffrey, thanks again for being here. Yeah, haunted like hell. But they're really good to me. I can't complain with the ghosts that I have because it's like major events. You know what the worst of it is? Oh, that's a scary thought, actually. And I'm looking in the corner where it happens to. I should inform myself. No, maybe I shouldn't, because if I thought of it, it's because there's maybe something to it. Maybe he's trying to tell me something about it. I wonder when he passed away, because when I have the activity, it's often in the summer, near the end of the summer, that it happens. The electrical storm here, that was when there was a lot of activity in the house. I mean, things were moving. Okay, lights flickering in an electrical storm is a bit normal, right? But I assure you there was stuff going on. moving things. And hey, Jennifer Ostroff, thank you very much. Margate, New Jersey in the house. Thank you. Sings a lot music in the house. Hey, I can't even scroll all the way down, you guys. 9:30, yes. There's no room, Bruce. Eric Redding, how's it going, man? Hey, JDR, superstar, how's it going, brother? Queen. Good for the heart. Christy says Dalai Lama makes us happy. Chocolate. Yeah, chocolate. I admit chocolate would make me happy too. It's yeah. Chocolate also makes us happy. I overdo it. What I do is I'm proud of myself for not ever going to buy any. And I said I'll only buy some once in a while. But if I go only once in a year to buy a chocolate bar, I'll pick up a case. So it's like, hey, I compensate. I could eat 50 chocolate bars now because I haven't eaten them in for a year, right? That's not really what we're supposed to do, though. Dragon Sage, I've been playing with magnets and and green energy ideals. So do I, Dragon Sage. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I bought neodymium magnets. I bought different types of magnets, north and south, both sided north, north, south, south, and trying to make a circle turn by magnets pushing it like a motor and stuff. I've loved doing it, and I could just sit for hours with a whole bunch of different size magnets and just experiment with them. I love it. I think it's cool. Thank you very much, Julie. Tomorrow, for those that are interested and speak French, or maybe you have a French channel or a friend, or you just want to come by the French channel and say hi, to come for your thumbs up tomorrow. Again, like here at 1:00, new Montreal Eastern time. Look up Montreal time because we put the time, we spring ahead here. So we are on summertime. I laugh because that's the term they use. You have the summertime and the wintertime. So that's what I wanted to answer Peter when he asked me, hey, Bruce, how come you came on an hour later? Because it's summertime. Anyways, that's the inside joke. Leftovers in a dead world. Yeah, that's what we are. I think it's him who create the phobia too. Yeah, alios. Nice to see you, Eric. Thanks a lot, man. Warriors in battle. That's us. That's what we're doing here. Freya. Freya Valkyrie. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Thanks, Freya. Or Freya. G'day from Australia. Only one of the best countries in the world. A lot of good Australian friends that come here to the channel. I got a whole bunch of them. Crawface from Australia too. Got a whole bunch of them now. I think it's awesome. Sometimes I like using the answers to the comments, like you guys are answering me. You know, that is funny. I was just going to do a little skit here, but I guess I'm too tired. Yeah, I thought so. That's cool. A lot of old Jedis. I think there are a lot of awake people all their lives. I get a lot of people that come here that are just like you, that are into all that, the energy, the magnets and everything. And it's real. It's just as real as anything is, you know. I mean, not to bring it up, but people talk about, is God real or not? I'll tell you what, I'll believe in energy right away. Maybe God is energy anyways. And it exists, definitely exists in all shapes and forms. Hanging out with you all is always a blast. Thank you very much, said the astronaut. Thanks, Darla. Gates Master says, share Bruce Sees All channel. Yeah, please, guys, on your platform, and invite others and friends, your mothers, aunts, grandmas, cousins, relatives, step relatives, stepsisters, brothers. animals, dogs, cats, birds, gerbils, anything that you could share these videos with. Some people have done it over the years. Some of you have also told me that, for example, as much as the men with the women have said, Bruce, I've shared it with my wife, and Bruce, she just doesn't like your work, doesn't believe in it. I respect that. It's hard. It's not everybody that's into the UFOs, but some of you have told me, Bruce, my wife, or Bruce, my husband, actually believes in UFOs now because he saw your video. I'll be honest with you guys. When I saw the videos on YouTube over many years, okay, never really any real UFO videos out there, right? And the ones that are real, okay, the ones in Brazil where you see a guy's filming in the sky, there's literally 3 motherships there, but you look on the ground where he's filming, there's hundreds of people outside, nobody's looking up. So I go by common sense. You see somebody filming a UFO, you'd be sure as hell I'd be on the horn and I'd be telling everyone to look up. I would deliberately involve people in my video to make it more credible. Like, look what the hell I'm looking at in the sky, eh? But often the videos sometimes are not very long, the bloody videos, right? Oh, and I saw the about. Oh, yeah. Sometimes the house she walks out in the summer and gets some nice shots of an old fort area around where some nice waterfalls are and everything. Darla rocks with her pictures, and she's lucky. Darla, once or twice a year, she gets a really cool shot of some UFO crazy object in the sky. If you guys haven't seen it yet, 10-4, Kai. Born to, yeah, man. Yeah, MT, you're absolutely right about that. Yes, it does seem full longer. I'm not going to say whether it's normal or not, but sometimes I go and check the fades. Hey, Guru, Booty, Nanu. Thanks a lot, you guys. Thanks, man. I checked it out, the moon phase, and the moon was like extendedly big for like 4, 5, 6 days still. They said 18th, 19th, 20th is still going to be big. And even before, leading up to the full moon, like I was outside a couple of days ago and it looked full. So is it something new? I don't know. We'll have to check. The sun, guys, is rolling back. And what I wanted to talk about is that in the Pacific, on that globe, I show it every time, every stream I talk about it, because I want to prove to you guys that I'm not crazy. And at one point next stream, remember what I'm saying. Remember this one thing, Pacific. The next big cataclysmic event that happens, let me know if it's in the Pacific. Let me know if it's near Japan or Indonesia. Okay? And in the Pacific Ocean, of course. That's where all the activity has been going on since cycle 25 has been very active. Tonga, ocean eruption from the bottom of the ocean floor. Pacific. Japan, 2 days ago, 7.3. Pacific Ocean, right beside it. Indonesia underneath, Malaysia, and all that. All those areas. Australia, bit lower. I don't know about you guys if you get big earthquakes. I haven't really checked. I don't think so, right? Like big one. I'm not gonna jinx you guys. I tend to make shit happen sometimes when I talk about it. But in Australia, very, very close to where, close when you're looking at the map there, but it's aligned on just the other side, transversal of the equator, where all that activity is occurring and stuff. So I wonder if Australia is having a really hard time with flooding and weather changes. I know there is flooding in Australia, but Australia is so bloody big. Thanks again, Guru. Hey, thanks for being here, you guys. Gate Smasher, I believe that too, bro. And if it's not my last life, it'll be pretty much probably my last. And it's perfectly well said. We got the same mentality, man. I'd like to talk to you in detail about that one day for sure, because you got a good, very, very similar things that you say sometimes. Very, I have something I wrote down. I have a pattern of what I believe is the meaning of life. I've gone through that wonderment, even though it's not a word. I've wondered that a long time ago when I was young, and I was able to come to that conclusion. Energy is very, very real. My dad helped me show it to me, or whoever has been coming to do spiritual encounters with me. There's always an event with energy. So yes, in the young body, exactly. It's a young fat body, but still in the young body. Not so young anymore for me. Well, yes, young if you look at the age of our soul. I would believe it that our souls are probably about 1,000 or so years old, without it being ridiculous. I think so. I believe that. Yeah, still an apprentice. Yes, in training. Always beginner's mind. I love that mentality too, Dragon Sage. I'm the same way. Always an apprentice. We will be, and we'll come back probably again to be an apprentice. I hope to hell no, and actually I'll leave hell out of this. I hope to God that I will maybe get a chance to evolve, but I hope that if I'm not ready, well, God will let me know, because it's something really serious when you think of it. Being here in a physical body, everything we do, action, reaction. There's a pain the next day, right? Effort, time, wear and tear. We age, we get more sore, and it's like having an infant and being in charge of an infant, and for the rest of your life you can never drop that infant on its head. Never drop. That was a funny light. You could never drop a kid on its head because you're a parent. Well, it's the same thing with our bodies. When don't overdo it. You want to have a drink, have a couple drinks, have 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't have 20 drinks. That's how it is. Some people have different control levels, but in reality, it's not good to. I believe it's just a belief I have. I'm not going to ever commit suicide, no matter how sad things get, because I don't believe it's my right to take my life away. But little things that I, inside. Sub-Zero, Carrey, thanks for being here. How's it going? Nice to see ya. Yeah, yeah, it's about it. 100 centuries or so. I'm pretty sure about 101 centuries, me. 1,100 years. You're like that young kid I used to see down the road about, for 800 years. That's what they say back in the Bible, the age, and they talk about Adam and Eve, and they talk about the ages, whether you're interested or not in the Bible. It is interesting, and maybe some of you don't know this, but I don't know his exact age, but if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong about a couple hundred years, but if I'm not mistaken, Adam and Eve, Moses and everything, these people lived from 830 some years on to 1,100 years. Between that, I know Moses or Adam and Eve, there's one that's 100 or 200 years older, but look at it the way you want. If we're only lasting 100 years, I think it's safe to say now that someone lasts 100 years. Sure, people pass away at 85, 90, but that's more of a common thing now, is 90-ish, 85, 90. People can live today to 100. Not a problem if you're careful. What hits us, the scary thing, it's the brain and the Alzheimer's, sometimes dementia. Because if it wasn't for that, if it wasn't for just dementia, I'm pretty sure somebody would be able to last with their old bones 120 years. Look at it the way you want. The old people, that like the oldest person in the world, like, I'm going to be wrong 10 years, but if I'm not mistaken, it's 120 or 135 years old. That old. Whether it's true or not, I don't think he's going to have a birth certificate to prove it. They didn't have any birth certificates back then. Pretty sure they didn't, right? People say, yes, they had birth certificates. No, U.S. wasn't even a freaking country. Of course they didn't have any. When you think of it, living 100 years, I probably will. You never know. I probably will. I want to do it. 100 years, going to put my hat backwards. I'll be walking in. I'll be walking behind someone walking up a hill. I'm going to say, come on, pussy. You move your ass, get up the hill. I used to walk up the hill with my hands when I was your age. Some old people take advantage of that. It's sort of cute. In my days, we used to pick meat off bones. Some of them overdo it a little bit. But some of them, I get some of them it was true. But anyways. This was fun, guys. Yeah, 10 o'clock. There's my voice. Bizig. Almost 100 years old, man. The house is built 1940s. Early 1940s, this house. So, yeah. That's 80, about 82 years, probably. 82, 85 years, something like that. There's a big star Bizig in front of this house. Underneath the front porch, where the porch is, by the way, it's on an isosceles triangle and two posts on each side. And behind that, on the little vinyl, that's the cheap vinyl that's there, it's still there that I left there. Haven't even changed it when I bought the house. Behind that, there's a star, and it's a beautiful star, a metal star that is still there. And I had, bloody hell, it's only, he lent it to me, I think. I don't think I have a copy of that. I'm going to have to ask my neighbor to get that to show you guys. I'll show you a picture of my house back in the 1940s. Very scary because it didn't change. The same color, everything's the same. It's like I could take a picture of me beside that house of the image of the 1940s. So there's two pictures of two sort of cheerleader girls, I guess, at the time in front, which they're both passed away in the image, I think. And it's just a creepy thing. It's for me, there's a lot of meanings. You know, my grandfather died. Well, either my grandfather or my dad told me that my, grandfather would be on a star when I wanted to see him, because my grandfather and my dad passed away, weeks difference between them. So I lost all the older men that were in my life, father figures, if you want. And I became a ladies' man. No, yeah. No, I had a good life for my mom. My mom tried to be both father and mother, which is great and fine. We got a good relationship together, considering, mother and son, and we get in quarrels sometimes, but it's all in good fun. It's all in good fun, getting the last words and stuff. But in general, long story short, I don't even know why the hell I'm talking about that anymore. But anyways, my house has a star in front of it. Bruce, do you feel you have ghosts or aliens in your house? Ghosts. Here's the thing. It's funny you say that, Darla. When my dad died, any and every encounter or feeling or spiritual activity that I had at the house, and I had a lot, Darla, had a lot. I always said to myself that it was like an angel or a ghost or demon, because it was probably my dad or something from the other side, right? Then when I started doing this research, only when I started doing the research, when I said, no. If my friend's shadow moved away when we had candles there, it's because it has to do with dark energy or black magic. Definitely something very evil. Not that we were doing, but that someone is doing, and that some people can see that mirror image. There's a lot of story to I don't know if you guys or gals ever do this, but there's certain things that people look up that maybe don't think of looking up, but like I did this week, look up the ideal of designing a prison. I looked all the way back from Egyptian times to today, because I'm looking at prisons or structures on the moon. I want to do a comparison. There's a reason, right, for why we build certain things. But anyways, yeah, I'm pretty sure, Darla, that it's secret projects. And I also believe, in theory, that very scary, but what if it touches time travel? has to do with time travel. Maybe the people that are dying, once they die, are coming back and we're seeing them in the past. So I don't know, because listen, I'm not going to hide it. The shadow of my friend, we're three guys, three shadows on the wall all night. We're sitting down and the shadows just flickering, right? Because the candle's burning. Sometimes it'll even go like this, even look like it's dancing, but it's not, right? But then the shadow in the middle stopped. So my shadow was oscillating. Eric's shadow was oscillating, but Jay's shadow in the center stopped. Two hands were like this. I remember it. I remember seeing his shadow, guys, locked like this. And then the shadow goes like this. Okay. He looks at us and it goes like this. He looks at all three of us. Then the shadow grabs an object and starts swinging an object at Jay and running around him in the house as he's backing up, going like this. It was totally crazy, guys. That there was something that I bet you a rare handful of people experience that. And I'm telling you, I swear to God, which I shouldn't swear, but I am going to, I'm going to swear to you on the universe that there is another side. There are other beings outside. I have no idea whether they're good or not, but there is an effing portal and you can open it and it can be opened. And listen, with those candles that were lit and we were talking about a whole bunch of things. I told you guys the last time, a couple times ago when I talked about it, I said, Lucky Luke. And I told Eric, I said, hey, Eric, look, I'm faster than my shadow. That's how it started, guys. Do you freaking realize that? Because I started telling him that I could move faster than my shadow. Okay, so Jay's shadow decided he's going to come to life. If you have any idea what my reaction was, you're probably not going to believe me, but maybe you will. I laughed my head off. I was laughing so hard. It was the most ridiculous thing, guys. It was like watching a Walt Disney's cartoon, and then all of a sudden you literally see Mickey Mouse or Goofy come out of the freaking bathroom. It was that crazy seeing a shadow move like that. But it confirmed to me that there was another side and life after death. And for me, it was an answer from my father. Maybe it wasn't, Darla, but for me, it was an answer from my dad saying, we're here. We're on the other side. There's something else on this side, but it could have been someone else again. The shadow did have a cloak, guys, had a very big cloak on his head. I saw the cloak people that came to the house. There was 3 or 6 of them. They were tall and skinny. I didn't like them at all. They were in my room and I saw them and they were darker than dark. And I had the mentality that when you turn the lights out, you won't see any monsters, because when you turn the lights out, it's dark. But I saw these dark figures that were like lit dark moving around in the house, but they didn't move around like ghosts. They moved around like they were approaching me and like they were just standing together. So get this, 6 of them standing in front of me and they all leaned into me. And when they leaned in, they weren't talking and they were looking at my chest. It freaked me out, banging on the walls and stuff like that. And all I could do when I'm looking around, I could just see the empty holes around me of the faces, but there was no faces. There was nothing, just a shape and form. It scared the hell out of me, guys. There was no sound. No sound was emitted. I screamed to my mother for 6 minutes. Well, maybe it was 3 minutes, but it felt like 10. And she couldn't hear me. That's impossible. My mother would have said, what the hell are you yelling at? Well, what? Immediately responded. Then at one point I said, Mom. She goes, what? What's wrong? You didn't hear me screaming? Nobody heard me. And I was screaming. So in theory, for those of you who are awake, and we can laugh or not, if I was brought into a ship, because they did that, for example, operate on people or to examine people. If they're here to examine me, it's not because I'm a special star child. Maybe it's because there's a pandemic and they come down. Like I'm talking an example now, a pandemic, but They go back to see the bodies of the people. Like if they want to see if humans are getting infected over the years, if they're an advanced race, guys, we all know in science that's what we do to experiment on people, take blood tests and stuff. Well, if they're an alien race and they're advanced and we have alien technology here, most likely they have their own syringe here and they can come and take someone's blood there, no matter how they do it. They must have a way to do it. Maybe they're sucking it with their fangs. I don't know, but they're still getting our blood. Guys and gals, I had an amazing time tonight, as I always do. I thank you very much for the ongoing support. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks to those of you who are members. It really helps. And those of you just arriving, take time to subscribe, and please check out the UFO videos that I have. If you like them, leave me a comment. I will have to get off. It's 10:20. I want to go outside to see the sky and get another video up for you guys. And thanks again. And thanks to all generous contributions and to all the mods. I love you guys. So on Pictorem, for those curious, somebody did ask me. I'm not going to be shy if somebody asks me. If you're interested in buying an image, quite simply, on the videos, I will post the Pictorem link, and you can just curiously go and check to see what you think of the images. If you think they're too expensive, well, stay away from them, obviously. So Pictorem, I chose it because it should be probably the most inexpensive. So thanks again, everybody. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you all very, very soon. Bye-bye for now.